Hey, Elizabeth, thanks for coming in. I know that we've kind of gone over the whole confidentiality and all that, but I know that what brought you in today was you were having some concerns about things that were happening at school, and maybe you can tell me a little bit about those concerns.
Yeah, so I am in the middle of my senior year in college and kind of that anxiety around what's next, graduate school
Oh
or
yeah,
to go into work and kind of all the prep to go into graduate school if I decide to do that and
right.
just feeling, I guess, a lot of anxiety and stress around it. And yeah, I have my parents who can help kind of give me some idea, but I
Okay.
think things have totally changed since they've been in college, it feels like. So
Yeah. Well, tell me a
yeah,
little bit. Tell me a little bit more about that stress that you're experiencing about this.
yeah, it's well, I guess I'm not really sleeping well because of it.
Okay.
um, I know that I've been a little bit snappier with friends and family and
Ah.
stuff. And for me, I think that's one of those things of when I'm snappy, I that's when people tell me something seems wrong, and I kind of can see that. But um, I guess just what path to take. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's really where that anxiety is, and what program, and again those requirements that seem so big and not really achievable right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm. It's sort of like, what does the future hold for me, and what's the right way to go? And I wonder if when you have those kinds of thoughts, if you worry about, am I going to select the right path? Does that ever enter your mind?
Yeah, it does. What if I don't take the right one? Then what does that mean if I put
Sure.
all this time and energy into it? And thinking back to my bachelor's, getting to my senior year of choosing the wrong major, or
Right.
even though it's led me to where I am, it this just seems like a really big next step, and that worry is definitely there.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to screw this up, right?
Yeah.
And you
Yep.
want to make the right decision, and it's a big decision for you. It sounds like that this is something that could have a big impact on your life. So, well, tell me where you're at in this whole process of applying, and what's the next step at this point?
Yeah, I've spoken with a few teachers of mine and just kind of told them what I would like to do, and it sounds like or they have really recommended just looking into different fields within in kind of the psychology
Sure.
area. So kind of narrowed it down into different subfields, I guess, and
Okay.
um, trying to lay out what the requirements are for each program.
All right.
Um, and maybe that's what feels so big is having it all in one,
Right.
and trying to break it down even more. And
Mm-hmm.
so I guess that's where I am, and um, just trying to, I guess, narrow it down even more so. If that
There,
makes
there are a lot of things to consider, aren't there?
Yeah.
And I bet that sometimes it just seems overwhelming. Like I've got all this stuff to think about, and I have to start narrowing this down. But then it's also this part of you that's like, okay, but I still have this sense of what if I make the wrong decision, and I want to make sure that I make the right decision. And so these are all things that you worry about.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's